Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're turning in my traditional almond bun recipe into homemade burger buns. We're gonna make everything from scratch, the buns, the burgers, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make. Now these almond buns you can use for anything, a breakfast sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a turkey and cheese sandwich, everything. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make these with hamburger buns. So we're transforming our almond buns into a hamburger patty. So we're gonna start off with our almond flour. Just make sure it is fine, fine almond flour, not almond meal, because almond meal has like a totally different texture, and so you don't want that. Then we are going to add our baking powder. So just add your little baking powder. Now we have our eggs. You're just literally gonna throw everything into the bowl. So let's crack our eggs. We have our 4 little huevitos. And if you didn't know, huevo is egg in Spanish. So you learned something new. And we're gonna mix that up. So we whisked the eggs, we gave that a little whisk. We're gonna add our sweetener and our butter. So we have our melted butter, add that in, and now we're gonna give that a mix all together. And this is going to form our dough or our batter for our buns. And honestly, that's how easy it is. These are so delicious. You can also make a big batch, like as a meal prep, and then freeze them. These are the silicone muffin top molds. And they do have some that are a little bigger. It just depends on what you want. If you want like a bigger one, jumbo size, then you would look for that. I will link these down in the description below for you so you can order them if you don't already have them. Okay, so you need some type of spray. Even though it's silicone, you don't necessarily need it, but I always spray it because it just makes it so much easier to, for it to come out. So we're just gonna spray. And we'll start with 6. We might be able to do a few more. You're gonna make them as big or as little as you want. But if you're using them like today, we're using them as our little burger buns. So if you make them too thick, you can always cut them in half. Okay, so here we're gonna make a bigger bun, and this is so that we can cut it in half and I can show you what it would look like if you, cut it in half versus making 2 smaller ones. So you wanna make sure that your oven is preheated at 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake between 8 to 10 minutes. So I'll show you what it should look like when they're done. So while our buns are baking, we're gonna get started on our burger. Of course you can buy just a regular burger patty, but I had ground beef, so we're gonna roll with it and we're gonna make our own. And then we have the Worcestershire sauce. We're just gonna throw that right on top. We have some seasoning salt, and I'll link everything below if you want to know exactly what I'm using. But that's just a seasoning salt. And then we have our garlic powder. Toss that in. Super simple, guys. This is simple. And then some pepper. But it is gonna taste different than if you just salt and pepper it. Like, this is actually gonna be flavorful. It's gonna be yummy. Yummy. And we're gonna do a little pinch of salt. And now just mix together. So here we're just shaping our little patties. Now, one thing you have to do is you actually have to make a little indentation in the center of your burger. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna help it cook a little more evenly, and it's not gonna basically create like a pocket within the meat, okay? So this is what it'll end up looking like. And you're basically gonna gauge the size of your buns. If you make humongous buns, then of course you can make a much bigger burger, but our buns are pretty small, so our burgers are gonna be a little smaller but thicker. We're gonna be making traditional burgers. Let me know if you like the idea of making like stuffed burgers, because I've heard everything from eggs, like an over easy egg, to like a cheese stuffed, bacon and jalapeno stuffed burger. I mean, there's just like the possibilities are endless. So let me know if you'd like to see something like that, and give me some ideas down below, because I would love to hear. Let's go ahead and check on our buns. They should be ready. Our burgers are done, and we're just gonna get to cooking. All right, guys, so we're cooking our burgers. We actually used an 80-20 meat, so I didn't need to add any oil. As you can tell, there's gonna be, you can tell that the burgers are gonna end up juicy. You can see the oil. It's a medium heat. You don't wanna burn them. You wanna cook them really nice and slow. We do have our little splatter guard here. So I'll link this down below if you guys don't know what this is. It's just so you don't get your kitchen all messy, especially your stove. So we're actually gonna go ahead and put this down right now, and I will show you when we're ready to turn our burgers. So a medium, just medium across, is 145. If you want a medium well, then it's 155. So I have like an old school little thermometer, super old school. This is like probably for a turkey or something. But I do need to get a digital thermometer. We'll work on it, I'll get it. But right now, let's just make sure that we at least get to 145, which is a medium. You don't want to cook more than, I don't want to cook more than that. So now we're just gonna throw a slice of cheese over each piece of meat, and we're just gonna let it get nice and melty. All right, guys, so I couldn't find a lid to my pan, so I just put another pan on top of it to cover it because you want it to steam up in there to get the cheese to melt. So don't judge, somewhere in here, but we just needed to get one on there really quickly. So that is the setup. You can see that. So take a look at this setup. I mean, honestly, it makes me so excited. It looks so beautiful. We have all of our meat with our cheese. We have all of the sides. So obviously here, you're gonna decide what you want. If you want a traditional cheeseburger, then you have lettuce, tomato, onion. We even have avocado. You can put mayo, mustard. If you wanna add bacon, I mean, that is gonna be totally up to you. Here, I'm just showing you how to make a traditional burger, but of course, the best part of it all is that you're able to eat a burger with a bun, and they're low carb and keto friendly. These are grain free, they're healthy, and the most important part is that they're absolutely delicious. Like, I've been making these forever. Again, remember, you can make a huge batch of these and put them in the freezer, and then whenever you're ready for them, you just get it out, warm it up, and you have you have your bun on the spot. All right, guys, so we assembled our burger, we took our photo, we're all done. And of course, now for my favorite part of this entire video. I mean, look at this. This is, I mean, honestly, it looks beautiful and it's gonna be amazing. Let's go ahead and do the taste test. All right, guys, so let's see what this is all about. Oh, yeah. The bomb. The fact that we're able to make a burger with a bun, guys, nothing compares to that. Like, I don't know. I love lettuce wrap burgers, but this makes it taste like a real burger, like a real burger. You guys have to try this. The little sesame seeds. I ended up taking the bite of the sesame seeds, but remember, we do have, we also made the cheese, the little cheese buns. These are so good. So whichever one you end up making, you guys are gonna love it. It really takes it to the next level. Of course, lettuce wraps are amazing, but if you're able to have a burger that looks and tastes like the real deal, I mean, that's just gonna be like heart happy girl. Here it is. You guys have to make them. Make sure you come back. Let me know how they turned out. How did you make them? Did you love them? Did you make any tweaks to them? I'm gonna leave the recipe down in the description below. That's gonna take you to lowcarblove.com, which is my website where I show this recipe. It's a printable recipe and exclusive recipes that I don't have anywhere else on the internet. So make sure you check that out. And if you still want a little more of me, make sure you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, where I share more recipe ideas and just a glimpse into my everyday life. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. These little almond buns are gonna be one of your go-to recipes, especially if you're new to low carb and keto. So I can't wait for you to try them. Thanks again for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah. Now I'm gonna go and enjoy this little guy, because honestly, I'm starving.